Hey guys, Metaloid here, and today I'm bringing you a different type of game. This time I'm playing versus Marco Lionel, and in this game, I'm aiming to defend my one true love in this game, Hornets. Marco had said in one of his videos that Hornets suck and that he can just build grunts and brutes with his wraiths in order to beat hogs and hornets. And he's right, but at the same time, I feel that uh, I guess he was playing Sonic Arc. But if Sonic Arc decided not to fight his army, instead to use his Hogs and Hornets to map control to get an extra base and to counter push on Marco's base at the same time, then he would be able to make those Hornets work. So in this game, we know what each other are doing. I know he's going to go Hall and Factory, and he knows I'm going to go Hornets. This was talked about before the game, and my goal this game is just to prove that you can win with the Hornets. And that's not to say that tanks may or may not be the better option in this case. They might be. It depends on how you like to play. You can go for tanks or you can go for Hornets. That's just the way 1v1 is in a lot of times. Except for when someone goes like factory 5th on like Tundra release, and you kind of have to go Hornets or Spartans. Okay, so I went for a Barracks 2nd this game. The Barracks 2nd will let me get the extra hogs out, and it's a little bit better for my eco early on. However, Barracks 1st technically gives you 30 more supplies. It just depends on the timing of when you want to receive that money. By getting that money earlier with the Barracks 2nd, because the pad pays off before the hook would, I'm able to afford the extra hogs that I want, and then it makes it easier for me to get for like a reactor 4th. In this game, I didn't tell my hog at the top of the map, if you see, to collect the money. I thought I did, but I guess I don't know. I hadn't played ones in a while, so now I'm just trying to queue up my reactor 4th. It's a bit delayed, but either way, it's faster than the reactor 5th would be. But yeah, I have two. You see how I have 2 idle hogs there? That's not good. I shouldn't do that. I should have had those collecting money elsewhere, but I guess, oh, never mind. No, they were locked to my base. Now that my reactor is coming up, I've paid for it already, so in this case I'm going to be building an extra hog to try to get a full 6 hog gunner. That's the goal of playing this map in general, is that you want to be able to get as many hogs as possible. Covey has a really tough time dealing with Goss hogs. In fact, they have to build turrets and wraiths and anything to even try to push back Goss hogs. In fact, wraiths don't even beat Goss hogs until they get Scorch on them. So I could theoretically just fight wraiths with Goss until he gets Scorch. But needless to say, that takes a while, and well, it's not always the best thing to be sitting there fighting wraiths with all your time. Instead, you want to like use stronger units to kill the wraiths, like Hornets or tanks. So in this case, he queued up his 2nd turret right away as soon as he saw that I was going reactor 4th. He didn't want to be caught off guard. So I'm not going to be pushing on his base with my hogs. I don't really have a good reason to push on his base. If I were to push on his base, I could target through a turret, and it would hurt my hogs a bit, and his chieftain's still near his base, so he'd probably just come down and start vortexing. Now, I went right for this fortress this game, because I know that he's not going for a Hall 5th. If he's not going Hall 5th, like if he's going for a Factory 5th, or a Summit 5th, or no unit producing structure 5th, then it's pretty safe to go for a quick fortress. However, if they're going for a Hall 5th, then you gotta stay on station a bit longer, and spam out more flamers and hogs, and then just upgrade pads. And then get your fortress later. However, when they don't go for that, say if they go for a Factory 5th, assuming they're going wraiths, then Spartans are going to be your solution, but more so than Spartans, Hornets. Hornets or tanks. I don't really care if you want tanks. I'm just going to say Hornets. Generally, with versing a Factory 5th, you go Hornet because you'll get out tanked, but in this case, you can build Spartans really easily. So Spartan tanks are pretty good too. And if they go for a Summit, then you're still going to be making hogs, and you just want to be able to get your tech going. So you want to be able to get to Goss hogs. And if they don't build anything, then heck, you can still rush into Hornets or tanks, and it won't matter. But you do have to judge, or a double barracks. You just have to see what they're going for. It all depends on player preference at that point. So instead of pushing on his base, since his chieftain is still sitting at his hook, he's not. I haven't seen him anywhere on the mini map. He's not pushing through the middle. I was trying to send that hog to scout his base and confirm that he is going for a hall factory, but I can't. I didn't get it close enough. So now that my hog is pushing in there, I see that he is going indeed for a hall factory. I'm going to continue making my hornets and my hogs, and I have these 3 flamers that I had built and put them up towards the top, in case he decided he wanted to push my base really early. Because if he wants to push my base early, then I'll be able to push those flamers to his hook and take it. Now, if I had built a ton of infantry and less hogs, then I'd be like pretty much forced to try and D-bomb push on his hook, and that's really just a tough spot to put myself in. So instead of doing that, I built more hogs, and I'm only going to try to take his hook if he's not sitting there. And by him not sitting there, if he's not sitting there, it doesn't take 10 flamers to take out a hook. It only takes about 3. And if I see he's got stuff in the towers, I can possibly get flashbang on them if I want. It's only 100 Xanders, and a lot of times people will get it instead of a 3rd flamer, because then it'll benefit all their flamers afterwards. However, I just built the 3 flamers, and then I'll get flashbang if I feel like I need it. I took out the base. I was able to get a bunch of money from that, since these bases dropped quite a bit. And I'm going to try to take the base. I had seen him moving his units a bit, and I think he's aware that I'm trying to take this base. So if that's the case, if he is going to try to stop me from taking this base, I don't want to spend 500 just to lose it. So if the base finishes, then I'll still delete it, because I can't defend it. I don't want to fight his army. I see him pushing up. This is convenient for me because my base isn't done yet. I can easily cancel it. And right here, I just cancel the base, and now I have a good sum of money. And well, there's 2 things I can do with this money. I can try to take a base, but that's not going to work. Or I could use it on a leader power, or in this case, the better option would be to just go for my Tech 3. So I'm thinking about getting towards Tech 3, ditch the barracks, gives me 75 resources, and now I'm up to 750. Since he's not pushing on my base yet, I have plenty of time. I'm just going to start clearing out this other base. His army moves very slowly, which means that if he tries to push on my main base, he can't stop me from taking this bottom expo. He can only be in one place at a time. Whereas my army, not that I need to split it, I wouldn't be splitting. He would have to try to split, and well, my army will move much faster and be able to pick off his split army every single time. So he has to keep his army together. And by him having to keep his army together, it provides me the opportunity to safely take a base. Now, I delete that reactor as soon as I pay for Goss and a wingman. He's pushing in from that side of my base. Unfortunately, I lose a hog there, but I'm just gonna clear out these rebels still. I can start pushing his base, but I really want to wait until I have my Goss and my wingman. It doesn't matter whether I do it or not. I just want to be able to end the game here by pushing on his base. If I pushed on with wingmen, with my hornets and my hogs, I feel like I might lose 1 or 2 to turrets, and at the same time I wouldn't really be that much extra building damage I'd be getting done by being there sooner, because Goss and wingmen are very significant upgrades. I was checking to see if he had 2 turrets built. I was thinking about cryoing that so that I didn't take any damage, but he only had 1 built, and his second one just finishes, but I'm easily able to take it out. And now I'm able to sit right behind his base. If I see him coming back to his base, I would start stripping pads, but in this case he's not. So I'm just going to start targeting down his main base, and if his chieftain recalls, I have to make a quick judgment call. If I think that I can get back to my main base to save it in time, then heck, I could do that. I can kill all of his units since his chieftain's not there. It would actually be pretty simple with a bunch of Goth Hogs and wingman hornets. It's not even remotely difficult to kill through that, because he doesn't have Scorch on his wraiths yet, and he doesn't have hunters or anything to kill the hogs. But if his chieftain recalled, I could also just drop a D-bomb and continue killing the base, and then keep making it into a complete base trade. If for some reason I'm able to kill his base and then go back and save mine, that's good too. But if I don't think I can fight his army without losing a significant number of units, I don't have to. My army's way faster than his, and I'm the one that gets to decide if I'm going to fight. Whereas if I did the same thing with tanks, it could still work. I just have to be a bit more precise in my tank positioning so that I didn't get caught by his units. And at the same time, I could get boxed into a corner. because my tanks can't very well fly over his wraiths and brutes and grunts, whereas my Hornets can easily do that. In this case, I'm able to pick off his 2 of the brutes at his reactor hook. He sent his, not his reactor hook, his supply elevator. He sent his wraiths back, and if my Hornets were here, I'd fight them. I can fight those 2 wraiths with my Gosshogs, but then the rest of his wraiths show up, and I can kill them probably, but I would lose quite a bit, and it would be a much better fight to take with my Hornets. So I'm just gonna run away and fight a different day with those Hornets and Hogs. But I'm easily able to deny his expansion, his new base, with my Hornets. And now I'm just going to go down with my Hornets and make sure that he can't get another new base while I'm constantly building up on my new bases. He had tried to take me out of the bottom, he's trying to take me out of the bottom hook, but I had tried to take him out of his hook at the same time. So by me taking out that, it's not like he's going to be able to infinitely buy bases. He tried to deny that base, and I just deleted it when he started throwing his grenades, and, well, quite frankly, when he showed up, because I don't want to lose any money. I have quite a bit of money, I do have a base up, I am still getting more money, but I'm able to easily deny his base. I was ignoring targeting those brute squads, but I'm just going to make sure I target those just to finish them off, so that he can't even rebuy this base as an option. And now he finds my base at the bottom right corner, and so he sees that I have a fully built up base, and so he resigns. So I'll let you guys judge what you think of Hornets. Have a great day, guys.